everybody, this is Krista with the Big Family Homestead, and today I have been on this kick of making healthy mixes for our family to replace the stuff that we would need to buy from the store. So I have been on this, like I said, I've been on this kick of making these mixes, and here I'm going to show you another one today. Today I'm going to show you how to make the potato soup mix that you can just scoop out a little bit, throw it in a mug with some hot water, and you've got a delicious lunch right then and there. Super fast, super delicious. So there's two parts to this. And the first part, I'm going to make the vegetable bouillon soup mix that's going to be the replacement for chicken bouillon. So many of these recipes I've seen online use a chicken bouillon, loads of sodium. I'm trying to reduce those things, the things that require a lot of chemicals. So I have made a vegetable bouillon video in the past to go with something else. This particular one is going to be slightly different. It will not have any celery seed or bay leaves. I forgot what the other ingredient was. It won't have any bay leaves. I'm actually going to even reduce the amount of salt that goes in it. The recipe initially took a half a cup of salt for the entire mix. I've decided to drop that down to about 2 tablespoons. I want to be able to taste the different flavors that are in there, like the garlic and the onion and the pepper and the parsley. And then, so the salt kind of masks that, in my opinion. It does add flavor. So if you need to have a little bit more salt, that's fine. You can add the half cup salt. I actually started out the recipe saying I was going to add 1/4 cup of salt. As I was thinking about it, I decided to drop it down just a little bit more. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and make the mix, and then I'll show you how to mix up the potato soup mix. All right, there are 2 steps to this recipe. This one being the vegetable bouillon soup mix, or the vegetable soup mix, I should say. We're going to use 1 cup of nutritional yeast, 1/4 cup of salt, 1/4 cup of parsley, 1/4 cup of onion powder, 1/4 cup of garlic, and 2 teaspoons of black pepper. So this is our first step. On to the second step of the recipe. Okay, for our next step in our recipe today, we're going to use 2 cups of instant potato flakes, 1 cup of freeze-dried potato dices. We're also going to use 1 tablespoon of our vegetable bouillon mix, 1 3/4 cup of instant milk, and then we'll use 2 tablespoons each of Thrive Life, the freeze-dried chopped onions and green onions. All right, this is going to go kind of quick, so here we go. We're going to just go ahead and take our nutritional yeast. We were going to take 1 cup of this. I really like the Bragg's yeast, nutritional yeast, not yeast. This adds, for those of you who are vegetarians, this adds a lot of B12 to your diet. So our daughter Hope loves the flavor of this. We actually have a nutritional yeast mix that has Himalayan salt and apple cider vinegar in it that is to die for. We only have just a teeny tiny bit left, so I won't be using that in this recipe, but she likes to sprinkle it on eggs and on avocados and things like that. So that's a really good one. But this particular one is just nutritional yeast, so we're going to use 1 cup of this. And this stuff is really, really great. And that almost used up my entire container. So that's okay. I know where I can get it. So next we're going to use 2 tablespoons of Himalayan salt. Like I said before, you can use more if you would like. I'm not going to do that. Then we're going to put in 2 teaspoons of pepper. This is a tablespoon, so I'm not going to fill this all the way up. A tablespoon equals 3 teaspoons. So I will only fill this up just a little bit there. So we'll put that in there. Then we need 1/4 cup of garlic. I'm running low on my garlic too. I got to get some more. 1/4 cup of garlic. Love garlic. I love onion in just about everything. So quarter cup of onion. So my mixed measuring spoon fits in some of the containers, but not all of them. Quarter cup of that, and then a quarter cup of parsley. Knock that down there. And this is just barely gonna fit in here, guys. This is really funny. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take this out of the mason jar and mix this in a bowl so that it's properly mixed. I probably could put a lid on here and give it a good shake, but I wanna make sure that it's completely mixed up. So let me grab a bowl, we'll mix this up, and then we'll go on to the next step of our recipe for the potato soup mix. All right, so it's really cool. I love the layers, but we gotta mix this up. Otherwise, you'll get too much of one thing in the soup mix. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this in a bowl and mix it with our measuring spoon here. And just kind of make sure that there's no big, humongous chunks of nutritional yeast, which there isn't. And these will dissolve in the hot water anyway, so it doesn't really matter. All right, that's mixed up really nicely. We're gonna go ahead and put this back in our jar. Gosh, you guys, that smells so amazing. Just those few ingredients really go a long way. All right, don't breathe it though. Excuse me. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get on, and I'll get on with the next step. We're gonna go ahead and show you the ingredients for our potato soup mix. All right, before we get started, I want to let you know that this amount of ingredients will fill one mason jar. So if you want to make more, that's fine. Just so you're aware, this amount does fill one mason jar. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and put it in a bowl before I put it in the mason jar because I want to make sure it's all mixed up properly. So we need 2 cups of our potato flakes, which are so yummy. And then we need 1 cup of the diced potatoes. These things are great in size. I love these. They're the perfect size. If you can see those, great size, super bite size. You don't have to add these if you don't want. I wanted to have a bit of a bite of potato in my potato soup. I don't like just a runny potato soup. I like to have some bites of potato in there. So we're going to use 1 cup of those, and then we'll use 2 tablespoons, sorry, got distracted, 2 tablespoons of the chopped onions, and then 2 tablespoons of green onion. I know it seems like a lot of onion. This green onion seems to add just a different flavor of onion to it. And I know there's onion powder in the mix. If you don't like onion as much, you can reduce that or eliminate it. That's the beauty part of these mixes, is you can tailor them to what you like. Now we're going to go ahead and add 1 tablespoon of our mix here that we just made. And then we're going to add 1 3/4 cup of instant milk. So this stuff is great. I love making hot cocoa with it. And looks like I need to grab my other container. It's over here. Be right back. Had to open a new one, and I thought, there we go, that it was enough, but it wasn't quite enough. All right, so set that there. Now we're gonna go ahead and mix this up with our spoon. Get that chunk of milk out of there. It seems like a lot, but this is all gonna fit into our mason jar. And then all we're gonna do is take a 1/2 cup of this and mix it with 1 cup of boiling water. And I have my tea kettle over on the other side, all nice and ready, hot. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in here. My handy dandy funnel here. And we're just gonna go ahead and put this in here and then mix up some. Looks like I have to take that back. It doesn't all fit. It does actually. It's just quite fluffy at the moment. So I'm just gonna kind of press this down a little bit. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna do this off camera because it's kind of messy, but I'm gonna go ahead and get my awesome mug and I'm gonna put a ½ cup of mix in there and we'll see how this turns out because you're gonna be surprised. This is super delicious. All right, so we've got our boiling water and we're gonna go ahead and put a ½ cup. I just to preface this, I absolutely love these tea kettles. They boil the water super fast. They're great. They're great. All right, we're gonna take a ½ cup of our mix. Make sure we get a few of those diced potatoes in there. And I'm gonna put it in my Army Mom mug. And then we will take 1 cup of water. And I know this is a dry measuring cup. I know, I get it. I just didn't grab my liquid measuring cup. 1 cup of water here. And it is boiling. This is a great thing to be able to take to work. If you camp, if you live in an RV full time, this is fantastic. I love this. So we're gonna let this sit for about 5 minutes so that those potato pieces will come up to, or rehydrate properly. And then we'll be right back to taste test. All right, we've waited our time. And I wanted to show you, before we look at this, okay, I want to show you how I'm going to store this. So it's in our mason jar, right? I have probably the best gadget. This one, no, I shouldn't say that, the best gadget. This one is a fantastic gadget to have. It's inexpensive. You can carry it around. It's lightweight. It's battery powered so that you can just charge it easily with a USB-C cable. This is easy. You can take it camping. You can take it in your RV. It does not require a lot of electricity, right? And you can seal a bunch of jars with this before having to recharge it. So, and it does regular mouth and ta-da, wide mouth. So you only need one gadget as opposed to having the food saver and then having the wide mouth adapter and then the regular mouth adapter. It's just, and I find that those don't work very well. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here just like so. Hold it down for just a couple of seconds so that it gets a good seal. And then I'm going to let it go for about 30 seconds. And then this will be sealed. I forgot to put an oxygen absorber in this, but I don't foresee this lasting too terribly long on our shelf. Our kids absolutely love potato soup, and this will be an easy thing for them to mix up with boiling water on a cold night after coming in from sledding or whatever. This will be awesome. So we've waited our 30 seconds. Now it's sealed. Done. Okay. So now we'll set that aside. I did add our boiling water to our soup mix. I did actually add more of the mix to it because for me, it was a little runny. So if you like it thin, go ahead and just use ½ cup of mix to 1 cup of water. But I added a little bit more of the mix. I added probably 3/4 cup of mix to the 1 cup of water. And look, I hope you can see that. It's still thin, but let's taste because man, oh man, this smells delightful. And it's, of course, it's in my favorite Army mug, my Army Mom mug. Oh, that's so good. Do you know what I forgot though? You can throw some cheese in there. If you have pieces of bacon or turkey bacon, whatever, you want to add some of that in there. That is a great add. I forgot to add cheese. I love cheese in my potato soup. But this is so good. It has so much flavor. I didn't need to add a ton of salt to get a lot of flavor. It's really, really good. And, excuse me, it's gluten-free. There's no flour in this to thicken it. You use mashed potatoes. That's your thickener. And there's no gluten in that. So this is a great thing for to keep in your to-go bag, keep it in your car, keep it in your RV to go camping with. especially for those who like to camp when it's a little bit chillier out and you want a bowl of soup, this is the soup to go to. So I hope you like this simple video. I do want to share with you one quick thing. Thrive Life is having a November sale. If you want to check that out, there's a link in the description box for the Thrive Life website. There are some overstock items for sale right now that are 35% off. The mashed potatoes, the chopped onions, and butternut squash are on an overstock item, but then the instant milk right here is 50% off. This is the thing to get. I love their instant milk. Like I said earlier, I love to make hot cocoa with it. I know exactly what's in my hot cocoa, not all of these other nonsense that, you know, the store-bought stuff comes with. You guys know, you got to make stuff from scratch because then you know exactly what's in it and it's just so much better for you. So those are a few overstock items. There are some other items on sale through the Thrive website. Please don't hesitate to check it out. I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't hesitate, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. It truly helps our family out, and share it with your friends. My name is Christa with the Big Family Homestead, and you have a blessed and amazing day.